All right, guys, so what you did was you have now written down what you guys had for dinner and kind of separated some of the stuff that you had for dinner. Like if you had pasta, you'd have to put that you had the noodles, you had a red sauce, and then maybe you had some ground beef with it. Or maybe you had some fried chicken and green beans and some mashed potatoes. So you'd have to kind of just separate all of that out. We don't want to separate everything out completely, but you do want to separate some of this out. So on your packet, you should see your example that's right here, is that this is your food chain. Okay, and if you notice, the arrows are going backwards. It's not going to the person eats the bread's the wheat, and the wheat is the sun. It's going the opposite way because we want to know where does the energy come from, because the person doesn't give the energy to the bread. The energy is being given to the person. So you kind of think about it backwards. We start off with the sun, which the sun gives the plant in photosynthesis, gives it the energy, the glucose. Then the wheat gets turned into bread, has that energy from the wheat that came from the sun, and then the person eats it, and that's how we get the energy. So you have some room down here. If you do not have any more room, once you guys have done your chains here, go ahead and do it on the back side of your packet. So I have done some examples of my taco, and I just have them on some different cards, so I just want to show you guys. So I drank a glass of milk, and so this just kind of shows that the way that the energy has come. And remember, the arrows kind of go backwards. And so the person drinks the milk. The milk came from the cow. The cow eats the grass, which the grass is where the energy comes from once the sun hits it with the photosynthesis. Okay. The next one is, so I had tacos, and so here is what I have here. I've got, I eat the taco shell that came from the wheat that came from the sun. And remember, the sun is giving the energy. And I know I'm kind of saying it a little bit backwards, but we just want to make sure the arrows are pointing that other way. Okay. And then here is, inside my taco, I had taco meat. And so here I am, I ate the taco meat, which came from the cow, which ate the grass, which the grass got the energy from the sun. Okay. Here is my salsa. Now here's an example. I didn't separate everything out, but salsa's main ingredient is tomatoes. So I ate the salsa, which the salsa plant, the salsa main ingredient is the tomatoes, and the tomatoes got the energy from the sun. So this is just an example. I'm not separating every single thing out of what I ate last night for dinner. I also had some cheese on it. So I ate the cheese that came from the cow, that came from the grass, or that ate the grass that came from the sun. And I need to finish drawing my arrows to show me where that energy is coming from. Because remember, the energy, we get our energy from eating our food, and the food has the energy that originated from the sun. Okay. And then the last thing I did have on my tacos, I had sour cream. And so this just kind of again shows, here's my sour cream. You can't see my white crayon that came from the cow that ate the grass that came from the sun. Okay, so you guys are going to create your food chain to figure out where your food energy came from making the chain. Just remember, your arrows want to go backwards because it has to start with the sun. So if you want to draw all of your pictures first, so you draw all your pictures, then draw your arrows going and pointing to the food, to the person.